School's starting soon for a lot of us. For some people, it actually already started. But for me, I still have like a week. I think a little less than a week. And yesterday we had to register because you know we're going back to school. We had to register. Get all our books, get all our things set up. And especially since I'm becoming a freshman in high school, also sick home run. Because I'm becoming a freshman, it's even more important because I've literally never been to the school. And it isn't the normal registration, because of a little tiny thing called COVID. Uh, and that was a huge problem because nobody knew what to do. No one in the school district knew how to handle this. And basically, all hell broke loose yesterday. So, how the school handled it, freshmen and seniors had to go yesterday at a certain time period from like 8 o'clock all the way to 2. And it was divided between like 30-minute periods by last name. So the first half, freshmen's went, and it went from like A through C. Then the next half hour would be like D through F or whatever. I don't know. It went like that. And they said it would take up to 45 minutes at most for everything to be said and done. It was just a drive-through. Like your old classic McDonald's drive-through. That's how it went. And we had to pick up stuff. We had to get out of our cars to take a picture for the yearbook and our student ID. So since my last name's Parker, we had to go at 10. And my mom, she had to skip work for a bit. She thought it would take an hour at most. So she decided to leave work to take me to the drive-thru to get everything registered. And when we got to the school, the line was so long. I kid you not, it went all the way to my old middle school. If you don't know, high schools are pretty big. And mine is really big. Mainly because it has an entire football field. So you can imagine how far the line was. It was over 2 blocks long, wrapping around the entire school and past that, all the way to like my old elementary and middle school. It was like waiting in a line at Disneyland long. That's how long it was. I thought it was never ending. Even worse, just to add on to the pain, the line was barely moving. So, not only did it wrap around the entirety of the school into public streets where other people are driving, but we had to wait so long just to get to the registration part. I texted some of my friends over Instagram and Discord, like Benjamin, Slater, and a lot of other people, and half of them just dipped. They said they'd come back the 1st of September just because they couldn't wait in a line that long. But you know what we did? No, we stayed. And that was probably the worst mistake we could have done. Every 5 minutes, I say, we moved practically an inch. At least it felt like an inch. And the entire thing, you know how I said that they thought it would take 45 minutes at the very most? It took 3.5 hours to get through, just to get to the registration part. And even that took like 30 minutes too. It wouldn't be as bad if it were in any other season but summer. And I don't know if you knew this, but I live in California. And it's summer right now. It was summer yesterday. So you can imagine, I was practically going through heat stroke in that car for 3.5 hours. Quarantine might as well have ended by then, by the time we got out. because it took that long. It took insanely long. I found out that my buddy Aaron was right in front of me once we actually got into the school after like 3.5 hours. We texted each other on Instagram, and we gave each other a thumbs up through the window. So that was pretty cool. And you know what we got out of it? You know what we got out of sitting there for 3.5 hours with a line going as slow as a freaking tortoise with a broken leg? What did we get out of it? We got a bag. They called it the swag bag. I kid you not. They called it a swag bag. Let me get it right now. We got a shirt and a pen and a paper that tells us that there's a meeting online. An orange paper that tells us that there's a meeting online that we have to join. That's all I got. Was it worth the swag bag? It was not worth the swag bag, dude. It was not worth it. But yeah, that's my story of misery. You could ask pretty much everyone that I'm friends with in real life, and they could probably say the exact same story. You know what's even worse, though? One of my best friends, Sebastian, he's going to a different high school, and he also had his registration. I think it was yesterday as well. And guess how long his took? 10 minutes. 3.5 hours of misery and pain that I had to go through just to register for a stupid high school that we're not even gonna be in person for.